We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. The skies are sunny. Let's spend it, lend it, send it rolling along. We're in the money. Come on, my honey. Let's spend it. Let's lend it. Let's spend it, lend it, send it rolling along.
This is about fundamental, generational change to a system that has become arrogant and out of touch and completely broken. We need to change the very culture in St. Paul from that of telling everybody else how to live their lives to actually serving the people who pay their salaries. So for starters, we're going to dismantle the Met Council. We're going to rein in the DNR and the MPCA and the Department of Education and every bureaucracy that doesn't understand their sole purpose to exist is to serve us, not to control us. We are going to clean house in our state agencies and give people their government back in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, one of my favorite expressions that came out of the 2016 election was drain the swamp. That's what needs to happen in Minnesota.
Donald Trump is taking on the system and blowing up the status quo, and so will Jeff Johnson. He's going to crush Met Council like a bug. Splat.
The government is supposed to work for the people. People of Minnesota don't understand the power that the governor of Minnesota has to rein in out of control and non-responsive state agencies. Jeff Johnson can do that. Our DNR is a $1.2 billion budget. It's a big machine, and the hunters and fishermen of Minnesota contribute a lot of money to that process, and they deserve a better shake than they're getting right now.
I've never seen farmers more upset than I have during this administration on their property rights, permitting, all kinds of things that have come out of this administration with very little oversight from anyone. Farmers are frustrated.
If we let the Democrats be in charge of the state, we're going to chase away our largest employers. We're one of the most unfriendly places in the country to do business or start a new one. And that needs to change.
Jeff didn't have to twist my arm at all. Jeff was my candidate from the very beginning. If there's one thing I can say about former Governor Pawlenty, I had a lot of fun with him at the fishing openers. I wish him well, but I'm not looking forward to seeing him in St. Paul.
We can't have a governor who's happy with a 9% budget increase because the Democrats wanted 12. We need a governor who understands a fee is a tax.
Who is Pawlenty going to answer to? He's not going to answer to me. He's not going to answer to you. Jeff Johnson is going to answer to you, and Jeff is going to answer to me because Jeff is the grassroots. He's one of us.
Jeff Johnson is not going to ride the fence, and I think that's really important. We have so many politicians that ride the fence. What is that about? People can see truth. People are sick of the status quo, fence riders and swamp creatures.
2016 was a complete game changer. We need authentic, truthful, honest leadership that speaks to people at a grassroots level.
If you're a gun owner for protection, for recreation, for any means whatsoever, Jeff Johnson is your candidate to protect your Second Amendment rights.
The DFL has turned their back on the Iron Rangers and the people in CD8, and we're not going to put up with it anymore. Jeff has got a message that's resonating with our people up there. President Trump won the 8th District big, and Jeff Johnson's going to be able to win the 8th District big too.
Jeff Johnson is going to win.
Every day I help people who need vocational training and employment, whether they're welfare to work recipients, immigrants, or they're disadvantaged youth that need assistance in becoming self-sufficient. Jeff believes in everyone's ability to become independent and self-sufficient. Jeff walks the walk. That inspired me to get involved in his campaign.
The biggest issue up in our area is the refugee resettlement issues. We need to put the Constitution first. We have laws and rules, and people coming here need to abide by those laws and rules. We want security for our country. I feel Jeff definitely wants the same kind of a future for his kids and grandkids that I want for mine.
I'm so glad that my parents landed in the United States. Being born here, I have such privilege, but Democrats are purposely wanting to keep all minority groups in assistance programs. And we grew up in these assistance programs. And when you realize that, oh, all these opportunities has been there all along, but we were never introduced to it, eventually I figured out that that's why I became a Republican. What gives me hope is someone like Jeff Johnson. Jeff Johnson can do it.
He's our winner.
I was out shopping for a gift for Sandy because I am a loving and caring husband. And I was at the mall and I saw a friend of mine, so I went up to talk to her and she introduced me to the young woman who was on the other side of the counter who was helping her. And the young woman's name was Rebecca. My friend introduced me and said, "This is Jeff Johnson, he's running for governor." And Rebecca said, "Oh, I know you. I saw your video where you crashed the party at the governor's mansion." She said, "I'm voting for you." I've never voted before, and I think we probably disagree on a bunch of things. But she said, that stuff doesn't matter all that much to me because I'm a single mom with a 6-year-old daughter. I work full-time at this job, and then I work a lot of nights as a waitress at a bar. We live in kind of a crappy apartment, but I can't afford to give her anything better than that. And she said, the only thing that matters to me is that she doesn't turn out like I did. Everything that's gone wrong in my life, I want to go right for her, and I want her to have opportunities that I didn't have. And that's what I heard you say in your video. And what you cared about most was that every single Minnesotan, regardless of where they are on the ladder, had a better opportunity for a better life. And I believed you. And that's all that matters to me. That's what we get to give to people in November when we win. Opportunity, freedom, a little more hope than what they have right now. We're actually going to be able to make life better in a huge way for millions of Minnesotans, and that's what this is really all about. And together, we can make this state a much better place.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your grassroots governor, Jeff Johnson.